Yo, if you're with us in the chat, welcome in. Happy Monday. It's been a long break, a long 2 weeks off. But we are back. Stick bag, what's going on? Thank you for the W's in the chat. Nadine, what's going on? And also, we got a new subscriber just now, City Fidelia. I got you bumped into the priority queue already, John. I'm putting you in there as well. If you are just joining us in the chat for the first time, I'll explain who I am, what I do, what this is in a second. But if you know how this goes, if you subscribe or gift a sub, that is a guarantee you'll get played on stream today. We'll put you into our priority queue marked in orange. Those songs are guaranteed that they'll play in the stream today. But there will be free bumps happening throughout. No, not that kind of a bump. But for free, we'll be bringing people up in the queue throughout the stream. Every 5 priority subscriptions, by every 5 priority subscriber songs, we'll do a random free bump using a spinning wheel on the stream. You'll see it in a minute. So Nadine, if you are already a subscriber, oh my God, sorry guys, I haven't done this in a minute, so my brain is moving slow. If you are already a subscriber, gifting a subscription would be the same thing. So it is kind of like a stream to stream thing. It's just so I can keep track of everything. It's the best process I've come up with so far, so I know it's not perfect. But I would say gifting a sub is a way to get bumped up in this stream. So if you are an automatic resubscriber and you set it up like that, make sure you let me know, because I don't get notifications about that, but I still make sure that we bump you guys up. One free bump a month, basically, if you're an automatic resubscriber, we'll get you up. Yeah, not those kinds of free bumps. If you're with us on Instagram, come hang out with us on Twitch. We'll be live for the next 2 hours. There should just be a button that says gift a sub. I think it's the same place where the subscribe button is. Yes, Tansa, I got the second one in there as well. If you are in the chat and you're just joining us for the first time, if you want to submit your music, all you have to do is hit command submit. And if you want to skip the queue, there are instructions in there under command skip. Command is just an exclamation mark. If you're with us on Instagram, come hang out on Twitch, because that's where all the good stuff's happening right now. We're about to get into listening to music and giving feedback for the next 2 hours. But if you have any questions that you want to ask about anything that I work on, feel free to do that in the chat as well on Twitch. But if you are on Instagram, just know I'm going to miss those messages. So come hang out with us on Twitch. Right now, we are listening to the guest list playlist, which just launched in a new update today. If you haven't checked it out yet, highly suggest you do. This is made up of community members, artists that follow us on the Instagram page right here, which you should also go follow if you don't, because we have a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline. We've got interviews on the way. We've got more playlist updates on the way. We've got more content on the way. So if you aren't following us on Instagram, make sure you do. When we get to 3,000 followers, I'll give away another free consultation. I just did another one not too long ago. So look, trying to do as much as we can here for free, trying to give as much back to the community as possible. So if you are in here, just make sure you take advantage of all of these opportunities that we have and all of these resources we have as well. We've got a whole list of places you can submit to in the chat, or not in the chat, sorry, in the Discord. We try to share like other people's stuff as well. So come hang out. Isaiah Samway, I got you bumped in. All right, let me do the whole spiel of what we do here, who I am, why I do this, what the point of this whole stream is. Again, if you're with us on Instagram, come hang out on Twitch. That's where all the good stuff is happening. The chat is interactive. We're talking about music. We're giving feedback to people's music, and that is what we do. All right. So if you are with us in the chat, welcome in. If you're a new viewer, welcome in for the first time. If you're coming back, welcome back. I do this every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 8. So what this is a music feedback stream. We listen to music, we watch videos, we watch content, we look at socials, we follow artists, and we just talk about the things that could improve, if anything. And if there's nothing that can improve, I'm gonna just gas you up. That's it. Is my mic volume loud? Maybe my music volume is loud. Is it my mic or is it my volume? Let's find out. It should just be the music being loud. Let me know if that's any better. And I'll be tweaking volume levels the whole stream. So if it feels loud, let me know. If it feels quiet, let me know. We're gonna fix it, all right? So every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 8, we come here to Kayvan's house. This is literally my office, my apartment. I do all my work in here. I've been sitting here all day at this computer. So why do I do this? My name's Kayvan. I'm the director of A&R Genius Distro. So for the last, I don't know, the last 10 years I've been working in the music industry, maybe 11 years. But for the last couple of years, I've been heading up this distro arm of Genius, which I've been at for the last 8 years. So I worked on the content side of things for a while, did interviews for Verified, Open Mic, Deconstructed, all that kind of stuff. Worked on content strategy. I manage artists. I produce music. I've been an artist myself. I've kind of worn a bunch of different hats by necessity through managing artists. So I've done PR work in the past. I'm not the best publicist, but I've done it, so I understand the process. And then on the distro side of things, though I am the director of A&R, I also do all of the DSP pitching, curator pitching, really just like trying to figure out ways that we can push artists, social scheduling, video scheduling, like all kinds of shit, right? So if you have questions about anything, you can always ask them in here. I'm happy to answer. But what we do on this stream is come together as a community, listen to music, give feedback. It's really supposed to be a place where we can help artists develop over time and figure out what, if anything, they need to do to improve. For me, it's always just felt like there's a big hole in the way that we educate artists and teach artists about the creative side of things. And that is kind of the point of this, is to create a feedback loop that is not just friends and family. There's people who don't know you, who can objectively listen to the music, tell you what they think, and hopefully help you improve, right? So that's what we'll be doing for the next couple of hours. Like I said, we do this every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 8. If you want to submit your music, all you have to do is hit Command Submit. It's a Google form. You'll fill it out. The songs will go into this spreadsheet that's next to me. If you want to guarantee you get played on stream, the best thing you can do is subscribe or give a sub. That'll get you bumped into our priority queue, which is marked in orange. That is a guarantee that we will play those songs before the end of stream. All right? It's totally okay. You can absolutely clip things from the stream and use that for content. I have literally no issues with that at all. That is kind of, you know, if it makes your lives easier, I'm happy about it, because I am going to bug you all about making content on this stream a lot. So you got to make sure you're doing it. So if I can make it easier and you can take this content, great. But in the same breath, I would say also, yeah, you can always submit as many songs. You can do as many songs, as many subscribers as you want. It's totally up to you. I have literally zero problems with that at all. All right, go follow us on Kayvan's house. This is something we'll be doing tomorrow, songs we found from Twitch. If you send in Spotify links here, it goes into the playlist. I consider your songs for this content every Tuesday. We also have our New Music Friday playlist and content update that we do every week, which you can find if you hit Command Releases. That pulls up another Google form for you to fill out. We have our At Home With interview series, which will be starting up again probably next Wednesday, just so I can have some time to get some stuff in. And then most recently, we dropped our new guest list playlist update, which is a collaborative playlist, which we pair up with other curators, other music pages, just people we already fuck with, and have them do a guest curated playlist made up of stuff that we find on Instagram as well. So go follow us on Kayvan's house, because there is a bunch of stuff. We also have our community playlist, which is something that updates every month and just updated recently, but is open again for submissions. So you'll see a couple more things like that. Look, we make content, we repurpose content. All right, look, there's a lot of things. They're all free. Come join us. The only thing that you could potentially pay for in here is just whether you want to get a guaranteed play, and that's just because people ask for it. All right, so let's get into it. You guys can see how it goes. We do have a free bump coming up very shortly, but we've got about 8 subscriber submissions to get through first. So again, if you want to subscribe or give to sub, that'll get you bumped into that priority queue. There's only one rule in here. Please don't be an asshole. That's literally it. If you're an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole too. No one wants that. There's good vibes in here, really only. So just keep the vibes good. That's the only rule. But let us know what you think of the songs, especially if it's constructive feedback. Don't feel like you can't give feedback. Just do it in a way that's respectful of everybody, because everyone's kind of chasing the same dream here, doing the same things, right? So that's it. We just want to be respectful of each other. I'll be pulling up socials as we go. So if you hear something you like, go follow the artist. And let's get into it. We're going to start with City Fidelia, which is a new one for us. I've never listened to this artist before. This song's called Grace. I'm pretty sure you DM'd me on Instagram earlier today. Pharaoh, it's not on there right now, but it's in the submission form. It's not in the priority queue. Again, if you subscribe or gift a sub, that will get you into the priority queue. If you have Amazon Prime, which it looks like you do, you can do that for free. But otherwise, I think it's like $5. All right, so we're going to snooze this ad. I don't want to hit you guys with the ad so early. This is Grace by City Fidelia. Let us know what you think in the chat. And let me know if I say your name wrong, too. I want to make sure that I'm saying artist names right. Feel free to correct me. I am somebody who has a name that's hard to pronounce, so I like to make sure we get it right. Ah. Ooh. And let us know where you're from in the chat, too. I love to know where you guys are at in the world. I do fuck with this. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a big Afrobeat and dancehall fan. So we got Ottawa, Canada in the class. We got engineering class. What do you mean? Are you in school right now? You literally in class watching this? We got Brooklyn, New York in the chat. Third Eye, let me know the artist name in the chat. We'll make sure we get you bumped up. Isaac Graham, what was the artist name again? I think I missed you. This was a pretty immediate save for me. Alright, let's get Sue North bumped up. Though I don't see... Oh, there it is. As soon as that notification pops up, I got you. Just be patient. Sometimes there's a delay. Let us know if you do have any feedback. I don't know that I actually have any feedback on this one. The mix sounds really good. The production's really great. Like, it's just a great vibe overall. I love the melody choices. Neely, as soon as it comes through, I got you. Yeah, I had to tone it up a little bit for myself, too. City Fidelia on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you're rocking with this one. So I'm gonna do like an Afrobeats, I'm a piano DJ set. I'm gonna try and record it and like put it on SoundCloud or something. This feels like something I would put in it for sure. From Ottawa. Oh shit, you worked with Malik Youssef before, that's fire. And Timbaland. This is a good bio. This is a really interesting bio. I love this too. From the age of 9, Fidelia's mother was a strong support for kids in the community by bailing them out of jail and providing a space for the young homeless to stay. That's really fire. Like, that's just a really beautiful thing. So shout out to your mom also. Shout out to you for keeping that flame going. City Fidelia on Instagram. Hey man, keep it up. I see you know Raquel Villagante too, from SoCan. Shout out to SoCan, man. SoCan does great things for Canadian artists. So if you're not signed up for SoCan, make sure you do that too. All right? I'm gonna have to listen to more City Fidelia, without a doubt. We got John up next. Neely says, I love Afro music. Me too. I really do. It's just such a vibe. I've been trying to put as many people as possible onto it. Third Eye, let me know the artist name again really quickly. But I've been trying to put as many people who I know don't actively listen to Afro music onto Afro music. Because it's just like, I talked to my wife about this. There's just something in the production style and in the rhythm that's so undeniable every time. If the voice sounds good and the melody's good, it is literally undeniable. Oh, did you send 2? Wait, then what was Isaac Graham's one? Because I think I pulled up yours into the Isaac Graham spot. Isaac Graham, what was the artist name again? I feel like I know it, but I just want to make sure. Is it 41-2? Okay, that's what I thought. No, never mind. Taji's, I just haven't got a notification yet. As soon as I do, I got you, all right? I see the badge, so I trust you. But we're going to wait for it to pop up just to make sure, all right? All right, we got John with Arrival up next. I really like this artist a lot. I've said this every time we've listened to something. I just really like this artist. I'm going to let you guys make your own decisions, but for me, the music has hit basically every single time. Vocals have been really strong. Production's been really strong. Writing's been strong. So let us know what you think in the chat. And make sure you went and followed City Fidelia if you didn't, all right?
Okay, here we go. Spinning around your party like a tornado. Where the hell it come from, really no one knows.
This is cool. This reminds me of a JD Cliff song that I'm just obsessed with right now. I love this kind of like indie rock, indie pop, like combo with hip hop. I don't know. It's a really cool space in music. I love alt music in general. If it's alternative anything, or it's just a genre blend, like, I'm really going to enjoy it, because I think that's what the future of music is, personally. So, I like this a lot. Matt, let me know the artist name when you get a chance. Taji said, bro, vibey. It's very vibey. This one's produced by So Lukewarm, who I also fucking love. That's another community collaboration that we're seeing happen right now, which is one of my favorite things. So again, if you hear something you like in here, hit the artist up. Go work with them. You never know what you'll get out of it. No, for some of you, the subs did not show up. So if you have subscribed and it didn't show up, please let me know in the chat right now. We'll make sure we get you. We have an honor code here, so if you lie to me, I'm going to find out. But I'll trust you if you have subscribed and it just isn't showing up. This comes out on the 26th. Yeah, I love this. You guys killed it on this one. Add John 3 p.m. on Instagram. Taji's, it just popped up. ZD3X. Let me know the artist name. It just popped up too. Lukewarm is literally a legend. I agree. I say this pretty much every time we listen to something he's either sent in or has created. I'm just really like a huge fan of like his style of music, his production style, like the risks he takes, but also, I don't know. I have nothing but good things to say. D3X, let me know the artist name in the chat. Actually, I don't need you to. I found it. Owen Ford, Neely, Wham's World, what's going on? Is it Dex also, not D3X? Just let me know. Taji's, I'm going to pull you up too. Yours just popped up. All right. So now you guys kind of see what it's like in here, right? So let us know what you think in the chat. I'll be pulling up socials as we go, so if you fuck with it, make sure you go follow. But yeah, so lukewarm, the producer on that. Really, really great job. That's the intro to his upcoming EP. So make sure you go follow John 3PM. At John 3PM on Instagram. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a fan of the artist. I'm a fan of the producer. And I remember these things also. Just keep sending stuff in. Save someone. Come on, my guy. Can you make that open to anyone with the link for a second? Thank you. All right, we got Shame up next. This is from Tansa. Thank you, Save Someone. Mike SB, let me know the artist name in the chat. Let us know what you think in the chat of this song as well. This one's called Shame. It's not out yet. This is the right link, though. But sometimes this is why I don't like Google Drive. Just for everybody who's in the chat, this is why I don't like Google Drive, because it's kind of glitchy, and sometimes it just doesn't work, even though it should work. So I would say if you are sending private links, just in general to people, Untitled app is fantastic. It's free up until a certain point, so you can send music in there, but it definitely is the best user interface. There's also like Off Top you can use, there's Box, there's Dropbox. SoundCloud private links also work when they're properly marked. But the Google Drive, for some reason, it can just be fucking slow to load things. So that's my qualm with Google Drive links. And why I don't use them at work. I just feel like more often than not, you only get like 30 seconds to get somewhere, right? If you could resubmit it in the form, that would be great, bro. Google Drive is wild with the access. That's my point too. Untitled is great, guys. All right, let us know what you think in the chat. This is what I like about Untitled. It looks like this. You can add art. I've got like solid 25 tracks in here total. This drops on Friday. I'm hyped. Vocals are beautiful on this one. Tansa.albi on TikTok. If you want to go follow, make sure you go follow. What up, Timmy? There's moments of it maybe needing to be slightly cleaner at times, which is what I said last time. But you are really early on, and I do think your vocal tone and the melody choices are really beautiful. For me, it's just tuning on some notes. Every now and then there's a note which is slightly off or gets a little shaky. Overall, killing it. Maybe build on the production a little bit around the vocal. Oh, this is a cover of Some Walk of Shame. Fire. Actually, the mix doesn't sound too bad overall. Overall, it's actually a pretty decent mix on your vocal. It's just the tuning for me more than anything. It's maybe also, if you have your reverb on your main vocal chain, bus it, use an auxiliary channel, send it, and control that reverb on a separate channel. That's maybe the only other thing I would say. So I don't know if I necessarily agree with the low end on the vocal myself. Tuning plugins, honestly, I mean, you literally can't go wrong with Antares. Honestly, there's a reason that everyone uses it. Melodyne, if you're looking for a more like precise pitching tool. So like, I think like with autotune, right? So you can slap it on, you'll get the autotune effect. It's pretty easy to use. It's pretty easy to figure out. Melodyne is much more difficult to figure out, but you can get way more into the weeds of like tuning notes, adding and taking down vibrato, that kind of stuff. So I think if you are trying to get super into tuning, then I would suggest maybe getting Melodyne because it is better. Flex Pitch is good. There's also a free one that I think Melba Audio makes. They also make a plugin that I use pretty frequently called MB Rhythmizer, which is basically like a clone of like gross beat, right? So if you're trying to half time things or do like a rhythmic filter, it's really good. Yeah, M-Auto Pitch is the other one. Antares is cool but expensive. But now you can do the Antares like... Antares, now you can do the thing because it's subscription based, so you can just subscribe to all Antares products for a year. So if you're going to be doing performance or anything like that, it's kind of nice because you get access to all these like pro tools essentially that like before you'd have to pay for individually or buy like the $800 version of Antares. So now it has switched a little bit, but yeah, for free auto-tune, I think M-Auto Pitch is probably the best one. Melodyne is more expensive and really good and a little bit more in the weeds. And then Auto-Tune is probably the most user-friendly and easy to just like get into immediately. But yeah, those would be probably the best suggestions. The subscription is crazy though because there's no limit to the subscription. Yeah, the subscription is crazy literally for that reason. It just gets expensive and like subscription. There's like how many subscriptions are you gonna have before you have no fucking money left? So just take that into account. If you don't want to add one more subscription to the list of subscriptions that you have in your life, then I would maybe not suggest that you get Antares on a subscription-based kind of payment plan. I'm still like grandfathered in because I bought it though, so like I don't have to do the subscription anymore. I just have the plugin and I can use it all the time. That was the best. I don't know why they got rid of that. That's whack as fuck. Been on the subscription for like 2 years before it said F it and paid in full. Yeah, that's the thing is like I don't know if they do this on Splice for Auto-Tune, but I will say the only time where subscriptions are good is when it's like subscribe to own, which is something that I love about Splice, is that you can do that with things like Serum or like other plugins that are really good for production. So that's maybe the only time where I'm like pro subscription is if the subscription goes towards that total payment. What up, Check the Rhyme? Welcome in. This is You by Save Someone. I love this artist too. We just did a consultation a couple weeks ago, and I know he's about to get into his album rollout or EP rollout. And I'm just a big fan of the music. Like, I think the cool thing about Save Someone is we've kind of listened to him, probably, I don't know, maybe over the last like year, maybe a year and a half. And there's been a really, really cool development in his sound, production-wise, and then just musically, and I'm a big fan. So this is You. Let us know what you think in the chat. It's annoying how he only gets 2 sets per license. Yeah, that is fucking annoying. That's why I don't like Omnisphere. It's literally you get 1 license. It's fucking whack. So he's also giving away a free sample pack for anyone who pre-saves this. So if you haven't pre-saved, make sure you go tap in and do that as well. Especially if you're a producer. What does the sample pack consist of? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, I really love this a lot, man. Hyper Jersey says Lysergics. Isaac B. Graham says Hard. Drum loops. Oh, very cool. Mike S.B. says this is wild. Lysergic says this is great. You produce this one yourself as well, right? Elijah Rosario will get you pulled up. And congratulations on making the guest list again. Alright, it seems as though my sub notifications aren't popping up. Give it a second. Sometimes there's a delay, Castolo, but if it doesn't pop up, let me know. I'll get you pulled in there, alright? Self-produced is so crazy, bro. There's so many details in this production. Feels like a cartoon. Drums nice and punchy. Make sure you go pre-save this if you're looking for drum loops, because this man's giving away free drum loops for a pre-save, alright? _ save someone on Instagram. Alright, Castolo. Sometimes the notifications are kind of whack. I don't know why. Similar to Brackens, I would agree with that. Though I don't necessarily love... I don't love how Brackens' style has changed in the last couple of years. I really loved early Brackens. His newer music hasn't done it for me so much, but I think Save Someone kind of fills that spot that I wish the Brackens was in a little bit more these days, and isn't necessarily, which for me is a really, really great opportunity, I think, to kind of move into that space and kind of get that fan base from somebody who doesn't really make the same type of music anymore, which is just also like a natural thing with artists. You know what I mean? Your sound is going to develop. You're going to develop. You'll change your styles. It just is what it is. But I really love the music that Save Someone is making right now. It's been really cool to hear develop over time. Music video to that would be crazy. He did a self-shot and self-edited music video that he sent in not too long ago, too. That was really cool. All right, Lysergics, you're up next. Let us know what everyone thinks in the chat. _ save someone on Instagram. If you are not following, make sure you go follow. Cass, I think I got you too. Let me know the artist name again real quick. Oh, sorry. This is just Save Someone again. ASAP Book, Plain Jane. This is the Little Surgix remix. Just so you know, I fucking love this song from ASAP Ferg. So, I am going to be judging the remix fairly harshly. And that's only because I love the original so much. Though it's a pretty strong start. Let us know what you think in the chat, guys. I've been DJing a lot. So I've been really into like electronic, like UK garage, drum and bass type stuff. I know it does. Well, then I know exactly what song you're talking about. Because that was one of the things that I really loved about your song when I heard it too. Was that it interpolated probably my favorite Ferg song. Yeah, this goes hard, guys. Watching Nick at night. On in. This is hard. I low-key, I would put this in a DJ set. This is so hard, guys. The kids would freak out. Alhamdulillah, and with me, and do your job. Ferg is the name, then Baller did the chain. On a rap, play Jane. Yeah, great, really great sound design on this remix. I frequently say this to everyone. Remixes, 90% of the time, are not that great. This is one of that 10% of good remixes. Easily. If this came on and I was out and I heard this, I would be like, holy shit, who did this remix? This is like different, like rave style in the UK. I agree. It's like, I don't know what I would classify it as from a genre standpoint. Like, it's definitely got like dubstep-esque kind of like elements to it, especially with like the gated synth and stuff like that. But, bruh, yeah, UK dub, maybe? Like, I could definitely hear this out in the world and like people just being like, holy shit, when the drop happens. Especially the way it comes into the arrangement was really good. That was like a really enjoyable, like just visceral reaction to that song. Like it's kind of one of those undeniable things. But I do say this a lot. And I say this of big remixes too. It's not just of smaller producers, but remixes 90% of the time are really not that good. Like people will play them sometimes and be like, this is a shit remix. Why is this the popular remix? And it's just because it's like a big producer that's done it. But that for me hit. Lysurgix on Instagram, East Coast based producer. All right, we've hit a very fun part of our stream. This is one of my favorite parts. So every 3, what's wrong with me today? Every 5 priority subscriber submissions, we're gonna do this. All right, so we'll come here. We're gonna freaking do. Can I close this? We're gonna do. I don't know why I won't get any bigger. We're gonna do a random spinning wheel pick. Every 5 priority subscriber submissions will get somebody bumped up for free. It's not a guarantee that we'll play a song, but look, it's just a way of us doing this in a more free way. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to keep putting free submissions in. The last 30 minutes of this stream are always going to be for people who are in the chat too. So if you are sticking around with us, there is another opportunity to get bumped up for free in more of a rapid fire mode towards the end of the stream. But again, if you want to guarantee you get played on stream today, best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub, which is a guarantee. This is 20p Mo with Itachi. A Naruto reference? Are these Naruto quotes? Tachi was a bad man. Tell me what I'm supposed to do, my back against the wall. Let us know what you think in the chat. I feel like it's been a minute since we've listened to 20p Mo also. I feel like throwing in the towel and just giving up. But my mama Alfro will get you bumped up. Granny raised me better and my pops told me try again and make you better. So I did. I listened. They call that shit persistence. They call that shit the hunger, man. They call that shit ambition. Something spoke. So I like the video on this. My only feedback so far, yeah, Weeb Takeover, Weeb's in here for sure, bro. I think I'm actually going to have to do like an anime themed playlist to work soon. I'm pretty excited about it. My only feedback on this so far is the vocal mix. It's a little bumped EQ wise towards that like high range, and I feel like we could get a little bit more of a mid range in the vocal EQ. That's like kind of the only thing I would say. I'm stuck in a loop like Itachi. I will say the vocals punch through in the overall mix. That sub is a little loud, a little distorted, but I kind of like that feeling personally. I'm going in circles, I can't escape it. I'm stuck in a cycle of oppression and I hate it. I was born to lose, dog. Taji said, I wish there was more energy on the voice. If you're in the chat, definitely let us know what you think. We want to know what you guys think of these songs. I'm maybe not mad at the energy. As much as the vocal mix. All I do is laugh cause I'm a clown dog living in this motherfucking circus like a groundhog digging deep until I like the flow, I like the pocket he's in though. That couch has seen better days. As all studio couches usually have. City Fidelis says these songs go hard. Look, you stick around for the next hour and a half, bro. I promise you're gonna hear a lot of songs you're like, damn, these shits are hard. But that's why we do this, because there's a lot of great music out there. Not a lot of platforms that like highlighting great music just cause. That's why we kind of, that's why we do this. Flow Switch is fire as well. The video is really strong, honestly. The video is one of my favorite parts of this. I think Hook is crack cocaine, says Isaac B. Graham. I think if I was listening to this without the video, and I say this a lot about videos, sometimes the video helps sell a song for me. I think if I had heard this no video, I maybe would have skipped it purely because of the mix on the vocal. I am going to go save it on Spotify really quickly, because I did like, there was something about it that I did like. And I think the video really sold me on it though. And I think that can happen a lot of times. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. 20 PMO. But sometimes that's why I like watching music videos, because motherfuckers will just get you in on a song. You know what I mean? 1000% visual content just adds that visual element. Yeah, it shows you what the artist is about, shows you what they like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's something about it, and I think this is like another music video, because I feel like we've seen some 20 PMO videos before, and I think that's always what I say is the visuals are really strong. And I think that's one of the reasons that I fuck with this artist so much, because the visuals are really strong. Sam White says, just wanted to look at the socials. Oh, this is an easy one. All right. All right, let us know what you think in the chat. This is good social content for me. The setup of the shot is good. It's interesting visually. Lyrics on screen, that's always a plus. Bars. Look, this is great content. All right. I would run ads on it if you're not. One. Not the M word. What was the M word? What was the M word? What's the M word? Mom? We'll watch it again because it's so short. Everything about this is cool. I fuck with Sam Wire. He's super fire, bro. Oh. Damn. Damn. Little people. To be fair, though. There's no to be fair. You're right. Look, all right. So here, let's take a look at the whole thing. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of video content. We love to see it. It's a full feed. It's a lot of stuff going up consistently. You've got different types of content. Here we are. I fuck with this artist. What can I say? Look, if you're an artist and you're not making this type of content, you're fucking up. Make content everywhere. It is hard. And this guy's just a great rabbit too. Official Sam Wyatt. Look, if you get in now, you're getting in very early. The music is hard. Go listen to it on Spotify also. But go follow on socials. I mean, honestly, bro, you're doing a great job. I think that's one of the things for me with you, just consistently, is that what you send in, there's growth. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing the right things on social. You're making the right types of content. I would maybe challenge you to make different styles of content outside of performance content, because that's maybe the only thing that I'm seeing now that artists absolutely have to do that some just don't. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like there are different buckets of content that you absolutely have to make as an artist. Performance content is one of them. But starting to make more of that personality content, especially as a masked anonymous artist, right? You have to find other ways to get people to really connect with you. But I was just talking about this with my boss this morning, right? Like, the idea of being an anonymous artist, the reason that I think it fails more often than not is because at a certain point, the gimmick of it, like, people stop caring, right? Like, I think at first you have that mystique of being like, who is this person? What are they doing? Especially in the case of someone like a D-Day, right? Where it's like, you know, this guy's a professional footballer. We don't know who he is, but we know he plays, right? So I think, like, it's just figuring out how to get people to connect to you and your personality without telling them who you are, right? Like, you still talk about the things you like, talk about things you enjoy, show them the things you enjoy and that you care about through content, and do that in a way that brings the audience in and makes them feel connected to you without telling them who you are. So I think that's the challenge for you next, is figuring out, all right, how do I connect to my audience while still being anonymous in a way that gets them to stick with me long-term and gets them to care about me, basically. Overall, doing an amazing job, like, especially for how early on you are. Like, keep going. It's great content. It looks good. It feels good. The lyrics on screen is great. The rapping is fucking awesome, bro. So just keep getting at it. Keep making content. But I think that's, for me, probably the next challenge for you is like, all right, how do you move into some more personality style type content? Maybe even breaking down song lyrics, stuff like that, right? That brings people into the fold and makes them feel like they're a part of the journey with you. IDNY, Isaiah Joby up next. And this is why I'm always telling you guys you can ask me about shit, because I think about all this stuff all the time as a manager. It's like, how do we get people to give a fuck about the music beyond just making good music, right? All right, this is another artist I fuck with heavy, bro. Out of the UK, right? We got a lot of UK artists in here that I do love. If you're in the chat, let us know where you're watching from too. I love knowing where you guys are in the world. Another immediate save. If you like pop music, Isaiah Joby is absolutely somebody you gotta listen to. Maryland. What? Did I know that? This is an older song. We got Vegas in the chat. We got Canada in the chat. Isaiah makes beautiful music. He kind of reminds me of Ed Sheeran a little bit, and that it's just like really solid, beautiful pop music. A little bit like, also like Bakari, who I love. Oh, sorry, Bakar. I always call him Bakari. Bakar, who I love, and Kamari, also who I love. Those three artists, like, this falls in that bucket for me. We got Josie in the chat. Dex. Even if you do, it'll be up on my YouTube channel tomorrow, so you can always check it the next day. We got Texas in the chat over here. Come hang out with us on Twitch. I like this a lot too, like, honestly. It's great pop music. Almost Khalid-esque a little bit too. Isaiah Joby on Instagram. I just miss the thought of holding you together. This is great, man. I really don't have any feedback. Maybe the vocal could be a touch louder. That's, if anything, that's it. It's just making sure that the vocal's the star of the show. A critique I got one time is I should have sped it up. You could do a sped up version. I don't think that this version of the song needs to be sped up. I think a sped up version would do something else. You know what I mean? Like, I think you could get something out of it. But yeah, bro, I love Mustafa. He's so good. Yeah, Isaiah, if you don't listen to Mustafa, you would like it. What does he take on indie artists using major artist songs sometimes in their reels of content? I think that's a good thing to do as well. Honestly, like, I tell my artists this all the time, like, it's not a cheat code necessarily, but it is kind of a cheat code. If you are doing viral content or viral trends or using viral sounds, like, you're just already in that bucket. You know what I mean? So I think it's finding the balance of, like, doing things that are trending and being a part of the conversation on social media, as well as doing stuff that sets you apart as an artist and shows people what you do. Like, to me, it's just the combination of both is the sweet spot the artists need to find. It's not that, like, there's a, I guess, short answer, yes, they should be doing that. Long answer, Bula, let's hit this fucking spammer bot bullshit and get them out of here, please. Bye-bye, 123, Espen Lee. 123, get the fuck out of here. the short answer is yes, artists should be doing both. And I think that's the best way to like grow a social media audience, right? Is like finding the balance between this is my content, this is who I am as an artist, as a person, and this is me tapping into stuff that is already trending and trends that are moving and making them part of my brand. Like, I think that's something I did on social when I was making content really heavily that worked well for me, was just doing a combination of things that were like, all right, like if there's a trending sound or a trend that's happening on TikTok or Instagram, this is how I can tap into it in a way that makes sense for me and my audience, as opposed to just doing what everybody else was doing, right? So I think it's more about like, all right, like I know this is working, this sound is moving. How do I make whatever the thing is that these people are doing fit for my audience and my niche so that I can reach my audience properly and bring them in? So that's the long answer. 41-2, Bluffing, up next. Let us know what you think in the chat. Exactly, Linda. I agree with that. It's really about the way you approach it, you know? It's easy to become one of those corny motherfuckers if you just do the shit that everyone's doing and don't make it fit with who you are, because then you just get stuck in this weird box of like pretending too. But if you can make it apply to you, then it becomes easier. For me, it was like a lot of artist education content, right? But I would still use sounds or still do trends that may be related to things and then make them fit for my audience. All right, this is 41-2. Let us know what you think in the chat.
Some candles up in my home, so nostalgia hits my nose. Black diamonds are on my dome as I roam through ever made homes. Step out of bold fit, look.
I like this, but the vocal feels maybe a bit too loud in the mix. It hits maybe just a little harsh.
I was different, I'd be indifferently rich. I'm no materialist. Oh shit, I drank way too much Espolon.
Being an artist is literally a psychological operation. I say this all the time. Marketing is manipulation on like a huge scale, right? It's figuring out how to manipulate people into caring about you, how to interact with you, how to purchase things from you. So like if you start to think about it like that, it's like, how do I manipulate people into consuming this thing that I'm pushing at them? And I think it makes a little bit more sense when you think about it like that. Loving this old vibes right now. I like this a lot.
Lofty living above a glass house. No driveway, the whole city's my home. I moved out. Repo my whip, took my books in my trash.
So I really do love this song. I'm dead, Alpha. Socials at 41_2. Honestly, we've listened to quite a bit of their releases, their upcoming releases, the stuff that's come out recently. It's all been really solid. There is something special here. I think for me, maybe on this one, the mix could improve ever so slightly. And I think it's mostly with the balance between the instrumental and the vocal for me is what I'm hearing. But, I mean, it's not so big of a deal. It's not so big of a deal that I wouldn't playlist it. Like, when this comes out, I'm going to put it in the new Music Who This playlist. That's pretty much a guarantee. I really like the song a lot. Like, I like the feeling of it. It's something that I would listen to on my own. And if it came up in, like, my, you know, in my Discover Weekly or whatever, like, I would save that. It feels really good. And I'll say that of all of 41-2's music so far, there is, like, a really cool feeling to it. Like, it hits all these different pockets stylistically. And, like, isn't so much, like, only alt-rap. Like, it dives into these different spaces, production-wise especially, but then, like, you know, obviously with vocal and melodies and stuff like that. So I really like that a lot. All right, Nadine El Ruby up next. This is also an artist that I really enjoy. That is not the right link. That's not the correct link. This one's called Gifted Premix. What is DNS? What does DNS stand for? Let us know in the chat. But I've been like kind of keeping up with this artist for a minute. Recently playlisted. Recently joined the community here as well.
Ride with the star.
Hey. This is the pre-mix version of this song. Unmixed, very unfinished. Oh, Diensten Schulte. I love that. German producers kind of go hard. Let us know what you think in the chat. So I really actually love your delivery style. I don't know if I said this before. It's like really nonchalant. I don't know who it reminds me of. Taji says vibey. Samwise says sick. Let us know what you think in the chat. You're Sudanese, right? That's like MIA, but way, way cooler. Yeah. That's not a bad comparison. And you're about to move to New York as well, right? Not to just put your business out there like that, but I do like this a lot. Oh, this week. Good luck on the move. I hope it goes smoothly. Moving is the most stressful shit in the entire world. Are you doing it yourself or do you have movers? That's my only question for you. I've done both in New York. Samway says, I need a feature one day. Your voice is smooth. Tap in. Oh, you're doing it yourself. That's what I did when I first moved here. In the future, I would suggest getting a mover because it does make life way easier, especially in New York. Parking the truck will be the hardest part. Zog, what's up? Oh my, Rob follows you, so shout out to Rob. We love Rob. Honestly, for something that's not mixed and not mastered yet, it sounds really clean already. I really don't have too much feedback on this one. I love the production on it. They're good engineers, but he needs work. If anything, I think the majority of my feedback is probably in the mix on the production. I kind of like the way that the vocal sounds right now, especially when it comes into the stacks and stuff like that. I don't know that I would change a ton about the vocal, like, fresh ears listening to it. But there is, I would say, in the production. I think between the drums and like the drums and the melodic elements, the electric piano and stuff like that, that's maybe where the imbalance feels like it is for me. I don't know if it needs to hit harder because listening on here, like subs definitely hitting, drums are definitely hitting, but the melodic elements feel like they get a little tucked in the background, and those pianos are so nice. Maybe that's what it is for me, but kind of remind me of Doja Cat's Mundane a little bit. But just a little less silly, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like that's the thing. Doja, even when she raps, there's just like a silliness, I think, in the delivery style and in the writing style. But Nadine kind of like feels more serious. That's such a weird way to say that. I'm sorry, but I think that's what I mean. Like, it feels like there is more. I don't know. I am more serious. Yeah, like that's the only way I can say it, I guess. Soon off, speeding up. Like, next, let us know what you think in the chat. Yeah, like, Doja's just like a very unserious artist in general. Not to say that she's not serious, but like, just the way she presents is very unserious. I love this video already off rip. Sorry guys, I'm a little out of practice. Not doing this for 2 weeks. Song made me want to slow walk with a fedora. I'm dead. Very clean video already. Neely says this is beautiful. And if you didn't follow, make sure you go follow as well. Nadine El Ruby on Instagram. The content is fire also. We're going to talk about content. The freestyle content has been very good on this artist's Instagram as well. Linda said I could hear this in a commercial. Song matches vibe perfectly. I agree. Wouldn't say unserious, but she seems like she likes to provoke. Yeah. She jokes a lot. I feel like that's a part of the thing, is really joking around a lot too. I feel like I think that I know what's right. I'm living like I cannot sleep at night. I get it, I don't have to get it right. I like this. I'm speeding so fast that I'm speeding. I have to be honest. I don't know if I classify this as alternative hip hop necessarily. And I would say when you're pitching to DSPs, they also might not consider it alternative hip hop. I would maybe suggest trying to pitch this on the pop side a little bit more, personally. Maybe all R&B even. Let us know what you think in the chat. Feels like alt pop R&B, yeah. I was scared too. Don't be scared too. Sometimes it opens up the doors for you. Neely says, is that a cat? It's definitely a human under there, but it's definitely indie pop. It's definitely a thing. Though indie pop purists would maybe say this is not quite indie pop, because it probably leans a little bit more like alt pop. I love the hook. That's Limbo, airplane mode Limbo. I like this song. I'm gonna go save the song on Spotify as well and put it in the playlist. Taji said this is so far. I like this a lot. Does Limbo always wear a mask? Is she another anonymous artist? I feel like the mask shit's been working for a lot of people recently. It's not necessarily something I'm the hugest fan of, but I do feel like it's been working for a lot of people.
Everyone deserves the fact.
Oh, get out of here, Michelle Monaghan. You're not about to sell me on Spectrum. No, no. All right, let's get this shit on Spotify really quick. Yeah, always. I have IG up too. I'll pull it up in a second. Speedin'. Saved. Songs we found on Twitch. Let's go. All right. Let's see what's up here. That is not right, man. What is up with my copy and pasting? My copy and pasting is weak right now. Bruh. Am I doing something wrong? You guys are, well, you can't see you can't see what I'm doing. I have to right click it now. Sheesh. Sue.north on Instagram. Make sure you go follow. su.north. Jay Bish, you did not miss it yet. We're still going through priority subscriber submissions right now. And then let's pull up. Oh my God, guys. I'm over here looking like I've never used a computer before. What's wrong with me? You know Limbo on Instagram. We're also going to follow that. I liked that a lot. That was an easy save. Easy listen. Great music video. Just good vibe overall. My only feedback is that I don't think it's all hip-hop. That's it. I would maybe just not classify it as that, personally. All right, we got another free bump coming up from the chat. Again, if you are trying to guarantee you get played on stream today, best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub. That'll get you bumped into this priority subscriber queue marked in orange. But every 5 priority subscriber submissions, we will do a free bump up from the chat for free. And then, hopefully, the last 30 minutes of the stream, which is in about 35 minutes from now. Well, what is going on with my keyboard? Why is my keyboard shortcuts not working? I'm gonna have to manually... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Here we go again.
All right. Motherfuckers are gonna have to fucking manually copy and paste things with the right click. You know how long it's been since I've manually copied and pasted like this? All right, who's it gonna be? Fuck it, I sub. Jay Bish, what's your artist name? We'll make sure we get you in there, all right? Make sure you submit in the Google form if you have not. Kane Gotti. I like how he put the phonetic in there, just so I would know how to say it properly. Kane Gotti. Never gonna say no to feedbacks. That's a good attitude.
We're Matt and Elaine, founders of Chocolate.
Get out of here with those ads. This is Kane Gotti on me. Let us know what you think in the chat. Not big enough. What does that mean? That's all relative. I like the vocal. I don't love the synths and the beat. I am, just so you know though, like I am so fucking picky about production. So don't feel like this is a knock at you at all. I like the vocal. I like what you're doing on the vocal. The synths are a little too abstract for me. Whitey says I love the synths. This is how a lot of people feel. I think it's something about me coming from classical music with dissonance in melodies on instruments is something that I have a really hard time with. And I think like that's why I always try and tell people too, like my feedback is always going to be like my opinion. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to agree with it, and that's totally fine. I think for me, because I come from classical music first, I have a really fucking hard time with wrapping my head around like dissonance in arrangement or in instrumentation. And so that's the only reason why that one probably wouldn't get me. I think vocally you did a great job. The flow was nice. Your vocal tone was really nice, and the mix was really solid too. But for me, I just think the only reason that I wouldn't have playlisted that one if I'd heard it is just because those synths didn't catch my ear specifically. But as you can see from the chat down here, there are a lot of people who did fuck with it. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, if I don't like something, I'm always going to try and tell you what it is. And it's rare that it's the reason is because it's bad necessarily. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is bad, because everything is like subjective when it comes to music. Like, everyone's going to feel differently about it. There is probably an audience for that, like of young people who will love that shit. YD is a great example. Loved it. LOL Neely, loved it. So that's the thing. I was trying to tell people in here, there's not rooting any bad music. It's just finding your audience. And sometimes I'm not the right audience, and that's fine. Not all music is for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big country person. So if you send me country music, I'm probably going to be like, I don't really get this. Like, I don't really understand the experience or relate to it. And that's fine. But I will say there are a lot of things that you are doing right there. For me, the only reason that I wouldn't have playlisted that is purely that synth would have thrown my ear off a little bit. Zane said there's not a focal point in the melody, so maybe that's what it is too. YD said, I didn't love the vocals, just the synth. I feel like the beat had potential. Look, this is why I ask for other people's feedback too, because I do like to hear what everyone thinks, because it's not always going to be the same thing that I think, and that is totally fine. At the end of the day, any feedback that you get here or any opinions you get from people, take it with a pinch of salt, because at the end of the day, you should feel good about the thing that you're making and be able to back that, because that is more important than what anybody else thinks. Because if you can back that shit and you feel confident about it, other people are going to get that from it. Love when too much is going on, and I'm the calm in the storm, says Xfessy, sorry. And that's fine too. Zane Wolf said, yeah, it could also be seen as a problem rather than dislike. Also fair. All right, Kane Gotti on Instagram. Make sure you go follow if you were rocking with that one. I would love to hear more, honestly. Like, I feel like it's hard to get a context for an artist from one song. So, like, if you do have more to send, feel free to send more. We have more free bumps coming up in about 30 minutes. This is Love Reigns featuring Corbin Baxter by 01 Forward. Let us know what you think in the chat. It's already kind of giving, like, 90s golden era R&B, which is like a sweet spot for me musically, so let's see where it goes. Not fully finished yet on the mix side. You're not late for feedback. We have 11 more priority subscribers, but within that, we'll bump 2 people up for free, and then we'll do free bumps later on in the stream. Hard rap is fine, bro. I work predominantly in hip-hop and R&B. I just listen to everything. I love the sample on this, too. YD, I didn't see it, but my notifications are kind of fucked up, so I'll get you in there. I believe you. And then Juan 2, what's the artist name? And guys, if I don't get to you today, don't worry. We're back on Thursday, so you can resubmit on Thursday too. I do think that the vocal mix could be a little bit stronger. 01 Forward on Instagram. 01 Forward. That's about it. I think I would love to hear some ad-libs in this, just to kind of bring a little bit more energy in, because the production and the sample is so slow. But I love the delivery of the main vocal on this. But kind of in a, I don't know why I'm thinking Sexy Red type ad-libs, but like, you know when she did the 1,000 Miles, like a version of 1,000 Miles, and she had like the boom, 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 that kind of shit in there. Like, I feel like you could have some ad-libs in this that would just bring another element to it in these verses, but overall I do really like this. That was her. I also had that experience of being like, that was her, and then I put the pieces together and it is, which is kind of crazy to think about. That went viral like what, 2016, 2017, and then she didn't really get big until like 2022, 2023, like, but she had that moment. That's why content is so important, guys. I would maybe love to hear a little bit more variation in the sample flip too. I like that it kind of switches to the reverse when you get about 2 minutes in. Wham! If you want to guarantee you get played on stream today, the best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub. That will get you into the priority queue, which is marked in orange. These are the guaranteed plays. But every 5 of these, we bump somebody up for free at random. And then hopefully, it's not looking like we'll get a full 30 minutes, but we'll try and get as many free bumps towards the end of the stream as possible. We always have a section towards the end of the stream where we just get people for free from the chat. So if you hang out with us There's always an opportunity, but if you want to guarantee you get played, the best thing you can do is subscribe or gift a sub, because some days it's like this and we have a really long sub queue. All right, yeah, my feedback on this one, I do wish there was a little bit more variation in the production at times, especially when you get towards the back end of it. At 241. Dean, you have a great rest of your week. Good luck on the move. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope it goes smoothly. All right? This is Good Day by Do3X. For me, it's just switching up on the production more than anything. I thought the vocals all sounded really great. The writing was good. The mix on the vocal could maybe be a little bit cleaner at times, but that's the stuff you're working on. Dex up next. Good Day. Let us know what you think in the chat. I love this style of music. Almost always. Oops, I put that in the wrong playlist. I do think your vocal could come up in the mix a little bit, like overall. I tell a lot of vocalists this. If you're a vocalist, just make sure that your vocal is the star of the show in the mix. But I love what this is. It's Dex, D3X on Instagram. Like Indie, 99 Voices, what's up? If you don't listen to an artist named Saya, you should listen to them too. I love that artist. This was the type of music that I kind of fell in love with from them when I first found them. And so for me, this kind of combination of like, I'm like an emo kid. So like for me, this like almost like pop punk, alt inspired, like guitar, melodic loop stuff mixed with kind of like almost a hip hop influence. It's not quite a hip hop influence, honestly. I think just the tuning aspect of it is maybe what comes from hip hop more than anything. But I love this kind of like mix of genres. This space is something that I almost always enjoy. So weirdly reminds me of Lil Yachty, just the tiniest amount. Any production tips? Produce use myself using Splice. You did a great job. I would maybe that kind of like I would just bring that in and out more, so instead of it being there throughout, it gets a little fatiguing on the air once it's there for the whole 2 minutes and 24 seconds. But that's about it. I really do love what you've done overall with this. I think from an arrangement standpoint, that's maybe the thing to work on. Like one of the things that I like to do, I talk about this in production a lot. I'll play you guys a beat so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. But one of the things that I like to do, especially if I'm using loops at all, is just find ways that I can switch up the loops a little bit. So like doing things like half timing or double timing or rhythmic filters, right? So like chop the sample up, added my own instrumentation on it, boom. Like you've got an intro section right here that goes into like a chorus type section. I do a lot of these drops where like instruments will cut out. So right there, everything cut out except for the sub, right? So that ties it into the next section. So I would think about little details like that. It's the transitions from section into section. And then just bringing elements of the production in and out so it doesn't get repetitive. That's like one of the things that I try the most to do within beats when I'm producing, is just find ways to not make them feel repetitive. They can be a loop when it comes to the arrangement, right? Where you have like, I try to do like a fucking, it'll be like 4 bars like this, right? Where everything cuts out and it's just the focus on, again, this changed up sample that I used, right? And then they come in. I think hi-hats like this I only do it for stuff when it's like drill or UK grime type shit, because I feel like that is an element that makes sense in that type of music. If I'm doing anything else, it's gonna be tucked a little bit more, but on this one, and something else I do is I'll put like a flanger on my hi-hats too, so they stand out a little bit more. But like you'll hear it, like as we go through the arrangement, there's elements that come in, there's elements that go out. When we build into like a climax in the chorus, there's always gonna be more, like basically all the elements that I have in there will be there in the chorus, but I'll kind of cut them in and out depending on where we're at in the verses and stuff like that. So there you go. Another example. So we get through this chorus section, everything's gonna drop out, the sample's gonna switch up a little bit. And we'll get back to your music. I don't want you to just listen to my shit. 99 Voices, let me know the artist name. So we have that kind of like tape stop in there, right? All that does is break up the sample so the sample doesn't feel repetitive by the time you get to the end of like 2 minutes and 56 seconds. So that's maybe the only shit that I would say is just like, start thinking about those little details and it'll immediately like elevate your production style. Overall, it's really good though. I really don't have a ton of feedback on the actual production itself. Like I think you did a really good job. But I would say that those are like little tips and tricks that you can kind of focus on as you continue to develop as a producer. Neely, geeked up. This video looks crazy already. Let us know what you think in the chat. Where did you film this? Thanks, Mike. Oh yeah, I fucking love this, bro. The color grading on this is awesome. Has anyone ever told you that you kind of look like Obley Reed? Chris Cross says hard. Definitely let us know what you think in the chat.
I'm with the team, we coming in clean, she know what I mean, she's a yellow freak, and she gonna me, and she do the team, she looking at me, she say I look handsome.
San Pedro, I like how the vocals are processed in the beginning. This is clean, so it's a little start. It's really good. 99 voices, let me know the artist name in the chat. Taji said got me floating.
I got our hands up, go to your dance, little babe. We fucking around, little babe. Let's go hit the town, little babe. I'll show you around, little babe. Let's go hit the town, little babe. Come fuck on my sound, little babe.
Super nice edit on the video, I agree.
You know I'm around, little babe.
It's a standout music video. Like of the videos we've seen so far tonight, like the edit on this is very good. Shout out to whoever edited this. You're good. I found you in the chat. I found you in the submission form. Don't worry about it. Oh, Casper did this. That makes all the sense in the world. I fuck with Casper, bro. Casper's a great director. Yeah, Casper literally does always do his thing. I can't believe I'm not subscribed. Yeah, shout out to Casper, bro. Like every Casper video that I've watched in here has been super good. When Nate says I really like the synth is the only thing I notice a little too much. The pad is slightly loud. About to shoot this friend to try out. I love the vocals on this though. Both of the performers did a really great job. Also shout out to Cabrelo for the cuffia. If you're a Habibi, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, maybe you don't. Casper, this shit's so hard, bro. Hard. This shit is giving me energy right now. I'm very sleepy. Nah, bro, you're really consistent with the videos, bro. We gotta do some shit. You're on my list of directors that I have to hire for something at some point or another. I like this one a lot. We ain't geeked up. We ain't geeked up. We ain't geeked up. I'm about to go save this on Spotify right now because I need it in my life. We ain't geeked up. We ain't geeked up. We ain't geeked up. We ain't geeked up. Is this on Spotify yet? Why can't I find it? Oh, because it's a T. Geeked. Geeked. Not D. Geeked. Saved. Neely, bro. Great job. I really like that one a lot. If you were rocking with that, make sure you go follow at Neely, LOL Neely _ on Instagram. Hey Shelburger. I have you in the queue. Already following because I did fuck with the last thing we listened to as well. I don't know if you want to send the other artists thing in here. You can if you want. We got a music video from Taji's up next. Shelby is hard, man. Shelby's a longtime community member. We're big fans of it. Brother,
Tell me slow it down, okay, I'ma chop and screw up. Okay, I'm lying, I speed it up, whipping my dick and then that bitch won't eat it up, going insane in the
Low-key, your shit goes hard though.
numbers, not adding my money on I for your shit, it don't stacking up. Go back for bending out, that boy he backing out. Begging for mercy, he tell me he had enough. I'ma keep punching his highs, not blacking up. Yeah, my money stack up like the eye for your money like the 2 towers.
Oh God.
My Kawasaki from Japan.
Oh God.
We in a shower. I like to call my gun a surgeon.
The theremin leads spazzing.
And I bring a gun, let us fuck, let us sing. We gon' have a recital. I pull up on a boy like Sketch. What's up, brother? I pull up on a nigga with a choppers. Her hair saying needs away, my bullet stuck with her.
You did go kind of hard on this. I'm not gonna lie. Delivery's great, voice is great.
He fighting with Godzilla. They're like, man, who the fuck that nigga? I feel like what's so wet, like I got crystal meth from the way I be breaking shit bad nigga. They're like, oh no, Taji's yeah, bad nigga. What the fuck that boy was a sad nigga. Nah, I changed it, changing my.
I mean, bro, we've listened to a lot of your music. This is probably my favorite thing I've heard from you so far.
My bitch pussy well like a lake, your bitch pussy well like a
sewer.
The gang calling that bitch your homework, the way nobody wanna do her. I wake up, I feel like the shit, that boy's on cow manure. She tryna tell me
it does go hard.
I'ma chop and screw.
It's undeniably hard.
Whipping my dick and then that bitch won't eat it up. Going insane in the booth, bitch, I heat it up. He said he popping the numbers, not adding my money on I for your shit, it don't stacking up. Go back for bending out, that boy he backing out. Begging for mercy, he told me he had enough. I'ma keep punching, his eyes not black
that synth is crazy also. Same one says goes hard. Very good, man. I low-key love that. I kind of love what this video is also. Like, it's so simple.
Yeah, and right now I feel like
I'm not mad at it at all. I'm on my controversial arc, not gonna lie. You didn't say anything that was too controversial. I'll say that. There was nothing that you said, except maybe the Twin Towers line. That like... And I only say that because it was a really serious thing that happened. But other than that, bro, like there wasn't anything too controversial in that. It just had me like, ugh, in that first line of the chorus. Wings, what's up, man? Thank you so much, and welcome in for the first time. It's nice to have you. If you guys are in the chat for the first time, let us know where you're watching from. I know some people already did this already, but I just love knowing where you guys are at in the world. We got Mike SB up next. New song that came out last Wednesday. Oh, let me pull up Taji's Instagram too. I saved that one in the playlist, bro, because the energy on it was crazy. I had to ask my girlfriend for permission for the next songs. I'm dead, bro. Okay, so you are in your controversial era. At least you asked permission, though. Taji's on Instagram out of Canada. Make sure you go follow. This is Stand Out by Mike SB. Let us know what you think in the chat. It was hard. Money like the Twin Towers. I get it, though. I get the reference. It's not a bad reference. I've heard worse. This is Stand Out. Let us know what you think in the chat.
10,000 hours I put in. My head heavy.
Buddy
Times I'm like, what you doing?
Oh, we got Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Shout out to Rotterdam. Sorry about the last minute goal last week. If it makes you feel any better, I immediately felt the same way on Sunday when we lost to a last minute goal against Spain. So I feel your pain, and thanks for joining us. I know it's late. Got 010 in the house. I don't know what that is. I have to be honest with you. That's an area code I don't think I've ever heard in my life.
It's 2024 and I haven't aged to 16. By the time I'm 32, gonna end up great. Like
flow is good on this one. Vocal sounds good on this one. It's Mike SB on Instagram. Let us know what you think in the chat, but oh, that's the area code for Rotterdam. I did not know that. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me. Is the Hague in Rotterdam? That's what the Hague is, right? that's so like not of the. Watkins couldn't have shot it, bruh. Unbelievable shot. Honestly, when it happened, like my jaw dropped. You just don't expect it, you know? Is the Hague not in Rotterdam? I thought it was. Where's the Hague? That's the way that it goes in the path that I chose. Feel the weight on my toes, grounded, I'm electrical. It's not. You're right. Den Haag is between Rotterdam and Amsterdam. Okay. Well, there you go. Shout out to the Hague. No, shout out to the Netherlands for real. Amazing producers and musicians out there. I'm excited to hear your music, crisscross. Hey, I'm gonna save this one. This is one of those songs, like, low-key, I can see this on like a FIFA soundtrack. I know that sounds kind of weird, but FIFA always has a song like this on the soundtrack. So I could low-key hear this on a soundtrack like that. It is a vibe. I like this. This is definitely one of those songs that, like, if it had come out in the blog era, it would have been downloaded on my iPod. I would have had the shit saved for sure. It's giving. It's giving. All right, we got a random one coming up next. Am I gonna have to really fucking manually copy and paste like a peasant? Ooh, this is cool. Random wheel music. It's true. You guys do have everything. You know Frenna? Frenna is a Dutch artist who I really like. Soar is another Dutch artist who I'm really a big fan of. Oh shit, Crisscross. Look at that. What are the odds, bro? I swear that wasn't planned. What are the fucking odds? Crisscross, what song should I play off this? We're gonna play one, but you tell me which one in the chat right now. That was very lucky. I kind of love it. That's why we do the spinning wheel, because I think it's just fun when something like that happens. Kalima Breeze? All right, let's do it. So you are a producer from the Netherlands. You do a little bit of everything. How long have you been producing for? Hope he has a song called Applesauce. It does not look like he has a song called Applesauce. But to be fair, crisscross applesauce is not a thing anywhere but America. Oh, I guess in Canada, too. Oh, he said you can pick a song. Oh, let's go, bro. I also love applesauce. Producing for 10 years? Pretty much same. Damn, I was kind of hoping for the drop to come there, but I'll wait. Started on the age of 12 on FL Mobile. Shout out to you, bro. Casper, we definitely got to, bro. I've been in a big techno space recently, like just house, techno, garage. So I'm probably gonna like this. I do like the build-up already. It's all about where these drums go on the drop. Log drum, you got me. You've not been in here before, but I'm a huge fan of anything that has a log drum on it. So you've got me with the log drum sounding synth bass that's happening right now. This is almost on the piano. Q's looking pretty thick, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely a you gotta sub to get played kind of day. It's feeling like. No, I like this a lot. I do think maybe the only thing that could add to it is like a vocal in general, but I feel that way about a lot of house music. Like I tend to lean towards the stuff that I think does have. Wings, can you submit your music on the Google form as well? I don't see it in there. Or just let me know what your artist name is if it is in there already. I do think like a vocal could fill out some of this space, but I mean, honestly, from a production standpoint, it's really nice. I could just hear an Afro artist on this and it would fit perfectly, you know what I mean? I fuck with this though. Alright, Wings, what's the artist's name? Let me know. We'll get it in there. See, when this vocal is in here, I actually really like it. Is it Sevi? I like the switch up that's happening right now, too. 99 Voices, this is cool. It's low-key, like, the perfect song to mix into a set. Like, this is one of those songs where if I had another popular song going and I was, like, in the middle of a set, I would blend this with something else. And Diva, what's up, bro? We're listening to Crisscross right now out of the Netherlands. Out of Rotterdam. And Diva's another one of our really great electronic producers in the community. It does have that Dutch sound to it. It's really cool. Oh, I like this part a lot. It's definitely a vibe. If you're rocking with this, it's Crisscross, 2 O's, 3 S's. Crisscross. We're still in the subscriber queue right now. We are not moving to normal queue yet. The log drumming bass reminds me of it. Same. Also, tempo-wise, it's pretty close to Amapiano. I do like this. I've said this before, I'm a big Amapiano, big Afro fan. Like, just, if you send me anything that's, like, Afro-inspired, like, I'm probably really gonna fuck with it. If it's Amapiano-inspired, I'm also probably gonna fuck with it. There's just something about the rhythm and the tempo that's just, like, impossible for me to get out of once I'm in it. Same Wolf said, yeah, this is, like, South African house. I've been diving more into that side of things recently. It's been a really cool space. I like the plucky bass line in it. It's log drum-esque. Even if it's not a log drum specifically, it's log drum-esque. Crisscross, 2 O's, 3 S's. Make sure you go follow. We got Zara up next. Been a sec, but this artist is incredible. This is a demo. Just get ready for maybe some of the best vocal arrangement that you'll hear today. At least that's been my experience. A little bit of a quiet master. That's about it. And Diva will get you bumped up. Afro House is so nice. I love it. It's definitely one of the more exciting spaces in electronic for me, for sure. Very ethereal. And honestly, everything that I've heard from Zara has been like this. I find myself super impressed a lot by the style vocally, but also just the arrangement, the harmonies, the way that the vocals are stacked. It's not in 4/4. It's very jazzy, it's very jazz inspired. XAR_S_. Go follow, alright? What is Cueto? Put me on. Because I definitely know about Afro House and Amapiano. I don't know what GQOM is either. But put me on, because honestly, like, there's been a lot of music out of Africa specifically that I've really been enjoying. Even on the hip-hop side of things, like the Nasty C's of the world. It's like Rema kind of. Seems like you're already subscribed, so gifting a sub will get you bumped up. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Kenneth, I did a consultation with him not too long ago, too. He's great. Great artist. I might have to check out some of them, Zane Wolf. Send it on the Discord, too. I definitely want to check it out. What time signature is this in? 6/8? 11/4. Holy shit, that is some music theory. 11/4. Or something. I love it. It's so well done. It really feels like jazz. I love that about it. I love Rema Mundane. So cool. Did you produce all of that too? I mean, obviously on the vocal side, I know you did, but just on the actual like music side, is that you playing everything as well? It's like sipping coffee on a crisp fall day. It is literally the music that I listen to when I'm having panic attacks in the airport. Like that is what I'm trying to listen to. Stuff out of 4/4. I found that like when I'm having like really bad anxiety, like stuff that's outside of 4/4 and that gets a little chaotic, like rhythmically, does really like it like resets my brain in a way because I'm so focused on everything that's happening. I loved that. That was really great, honestly. Super cleansing. Like it's one of those things I'm immediately calm. You know what I mean? I'm immediately like brought down. That's how I feel about jazz. That's why I listen to so much jazz these days. It really does help with anxiety, especially travel anxiety, or like if I'm having a panic attack. This is Elijah Rosario with High Stakes. Elijah's a really fire R&B artist out of North Carolina. Zara, you continue to blow me away with the music, honestly. Thank you. This is gonna be on his new EP, Sacred Summers Part 2. Elijah Rosario Music. Bro, I was just talking to Masho about you not too long ago, because you guys, between the two of you, and granted, I wish I knew more artists from Raleigh, North Carolina, in that area that like really catch my ear, because like when I lived there was fucking no one, and for the most part there still isn't that many artists that I've heard from the area that keep me actually engaged and enjoying the music. But I think you do an amazing job of it. Great job. This music has been so good, bro. Feedback is maybe slightly loud, and the tone on that bass guitar needs a little bit of work. That's about it though. I love the rest of the production. They could maybe just a tiny bit more processing on the hi-hats too. Oh, please do. Honestly, please do. I told them next time I'm back in North Carolina, I gotta link with you guys in person, because it's just not something that I've been able to do in Raleigh much, because there's just not, historically has not been that much of a music scene there. But I think what individually you're both doing is really cool. And then I would love to figure out if there's more that I can do for the music scene in the city just generally, because I didn't have that when I went to high school there, and it was what I hated about living there. So like, if there's a way to change that aspect of it, like I would love to try and figure out how I can do more. I'm gonna be in New York soon. Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Let me know when you're in New York. If I have time, definitely want to link. Sometimes I don't. That's maybe the only tough part. All right, this is Way You Along by Casio. Some parts remind me of the song This Girl's a Real Crowd Pleaser. Is that... I hear Don Toliver in his music a lot. Oh no. Oh shit. You guys did not come to play today, man. Not one single person is playing today with their music. Saved. But there's no sense hiding. It's cold at the bottom. Baby girl, it's giving Josh Levi, I dig it. Woo. Now this is actually fire. It's got that like early 2000s R&B, like it's low-key like my favorite era of R&B music, so like I love shit like this. Vocal sounds great. Lucas Locasio. Casio in New Jersey. Vocal process is done very well, I agree. Hey, why are we talking about Black Beatles by Ray Shremmerd? This has got such nice bounce to it. Damn, I wish Jay Cortez was in here right now, because Casio and Jay Cortez together, that's a good collab. This song needs more streams, guys. Hey. It's got a great bounce. It's like Josh Levi, Tory Lanez, and Justin Bieber. I hear the Justin Bieber in the vocal for sure. And honestly, Bieber's got that swag, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Bieber's R&B music is hard as fuck. This is very good. I don't know if Casio, you in here right now, bro? This song is hard. I love the fucking scratches on this too. I think the scratches is such a nice touch in the production. It's almost like it kind of weirdly feels like Timbaland production a little bit. Like that era where Timbaland did Shock Value. Like it's got that feeling to it in the production. I really like this a lot, guys. This one's called Way You Belong. It's by an artist named Casio. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know if he's in here right now, but this will get in my playlist. It definitely got added to my playlist. You'll find it in the songs you found on Twitch playlist. Early Dark Child too. Definitely early Dark Child. But it's that same time period where it's like Darkchild, Timbaland were really the ones kind of like leading the way in that production style. It's really good, man. I like that a lot. Alpha Row up next. Neda Cage. Is that right? Let me know the artist name as well. Send this in the TikTok stream of Timbaland. Yeah, you should. Ah, there you go. Elijah, you haven't been played yet, but you're in the queue now. Ooh, oh my God. This started out, brother.
I've been non-stop making
Arrow, but I'm not gonna remember. You're not just telling me every time. It was. I've been gone for 2 weeks, so it's usually like this when I'm gone for a little bit. This is not out yet, but Alpha Row, my God, bro.
What you mean? I got stresses, but I'm focused on the dream. There's nothing in between. Now it's finally you and me. I hope the spirit never leaves. Yeah, yeah.
Did you
going straight to the mailbox.
you produce this?
Getting lost in my straight thoughts. Another one to fall to the cushion of safe living.
Please tell me you produce this too. Because goddamn.
It's Thanksgiving. My wasted potential is a product of my impatience and the fact that I'm afraid.
Yo, make sure you tap in with Check the Rhyme if you're in here. He's trying to get in touch with you right now. Woo! You played it all, bro? This is one of the best beats I've heard from you, period. Check the Rhyme 1_.
Now it's finally you and me. I hope the spirit never leaves.
You gotta try and get Maya Unagi on this for a vocal feature. You need like a soul vocalist on this in the background. Very tough production work. Again, Check the Rhyme 1. Make sure you tap in with him. Also, that was Alfaro. So if you are in here looking for producers to work with, you're LA based, right, Alfaro? _Alfaro_ on Instagram. I mean, like, I will say, like, I've enjoyed your music, but your production, bro, is next level. Like, it's just really great instrumentation. Great job. Zog up next. I fucking love that, dude. As soon as it started, it caught my ear. This is Zog with Notice That. Just know this shit is probably going to be pretty hard because Zog loves to send in songs that are just hard as fuck. It'll be kind of like dark pop almost, maybe. That's just a guess. Like I said, absolutely nobody came to play today. This is not out yet either. This is great, dude. Zog Official on Instagram. I could see this in a commercial. It's like Imagine Dragons if Imagine Dragons were good. It kind of reminds me of AWOL Nation a little bit. Very epic, very dark. It's true, he does do interviews, playlists, weekly new drops. Hip-hop and R&B's preferred, but Zog never, like, he never plays, bro. You produced this too, Zog? Kind of 21 Pilots-esque, a little bit. Especially in the production. Definitely sounds like a B movie. Put this in the next Fast and Furious. Right now. Put this in the next Suicide Squad movie. Right now. "21 Pilots" is probably the closest comparison I can make. It's a bit better than them. Because when it gets melodic, it's better. And the rap part's also just like the vocal tone, everything. I'm not a huge 21 Pilots fan, but this sits in that space. Like, their audience would love this. As Zog Official. This might be one of my favorites from you, man. I think if we talk about like commercial music that's just accessible to a lot of different audiences and types of people, to me, this is probably one of the ones that stands out. I'm not dissing them. I just like don't like. I gotta be honest. It's just like my least favorite type of music, like really commercial pop music that like just like doesn't make you feel anything is generally not what I gravitate towards. And I did like 21 Pilots like first album. I thought that first album was really cool. It was like so ahead of its time, so different. I just don't know that I've loved. There's too many Pilots. I'm dead. I just don't know that I love how they've developed as a group throughout their music since. If that makes it any better. But I do think that the first album was truly like pretty groundbreaking. There wasn't really anyone doing what they were doing at the time. and then the success that they saw in such a short amount of time. Because I used to work at the agency that they got signed to in the beginning, and I sat across from the agent who signed them and like helped build them, and like literally like that's probably why I don't like them so much. It's because I used to have to fucking hear it all the time coming out of his office while I was trying to do my job. But I will say I'm just not a fan of how they developed. Imagine Dragons I fucking hate, so I will diss them because that music is ass, and there is zero reason why that guy should be so jacked. Like, he is just ripped for no reason at all. It could work in most ads, I agree. This is Jay Bish with Abnormal. Let us know what you think in the chat. Dragons, yeah, they do lack imagination. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, bro, you didn't think that I would like this? Come on.
I put up with a 40 count right on my hip. If I miss him, I keep trying. Shit, I ain't stop until he be asleep in that graveyard.
From next to Detroit. Let's go. I'm just glad you're not one of those Detroit rappers who raps off beat, because I don't love that.
Damn. Switching my gun, looking like a transformer. Bubble B in the coupe, gonna sting for you. I don't care if you shoot, bitch, I'm not normal. Bitch,
I love this shit, bro.
This is not for all this money on me, bitch, I'm a hoarder. She be sucking me up, then I leave before you got a pretty bitch coming and take my orders. Come and take orders while she taking deep. Pull up a blues like I'm Lilo and Steve.
I actually think this sounds pretty good. Mix sounds good. Delivery is great. You've got a good voice. My name says love the kick. The game was so catchy. I liked the build up into the drop. It made sense. It wasn't a super long intro. I don't know who this reminds me of. A little bit of Polo in there. Maybe a little baby in there. I'll fuck with this though. You might not like this. Drops heat, says Bula. Right. Artists love to do that. Don't play down your shit. This shit is hard. Made it 2 days ago. Good job. Only thing that I would say is I feel like music like this does best when the hook is a major aspect of it. So from an arranging standpoint, you could stand at maybe one more chorus in this song. I like the flow a lot though. I like the delivery a lot. I think the voice overall is really strong. Beat choice was really good. It fit your voice really well too. Man, I'll just keep going. It is hype. I like that a lot. Josh Bischops. Josh Bischops. Is that how you say that? Is it Bischops? Is that your actual name? I have a wild name, so I just like it. YMYD Heartburn. Let us know what you think in the chat. I do agree. I'm also somebody who will downplay my shit all the time, so I like this artist. I fuck with this artist so heavily, just generally. Bishops. Okay, that makes more sense. Very Pink Panther-esque. I love Pink Panther-esque. Yeah, I do it all the time. I've always been like that. I'd rather you be like that than the opposite if I'm being real. Like, I don't like when people come in with like arrogance and shit, so. Oh, and Diva, you totally have to reach out, bro. I.am.yd. You mean before Pink, like the artist Pink? Because she's been around for a minute. Guno, what's cracking? My name says it slightly gives me Nightcore vibes. I like it. A little bit, yeah. This shit makes me dance. I like it a lot. I.am.yd on Instagram. This one's called Heartburn. It's pretty immediate save for me, to be honest. I love the production on this. Bass line is super nice. It's so fluid, it moves so much. You know what's crazy about this? If you put a Korean artist on this, it's K-pop. It's such a good space. You got a 275-pound O-line of twerking, says 99 Voices. YD is a legend. Stickbag, I agree. Beats hard, says Guno. Bass was my favorite. Do you play the bass? Did you play this on your own? Do you produce everything yourself as well? Vocals are amazing. The vibratos. And Diva said, sad from the Columbia loss yesterday. Sorry about that. Fuck it, we move on. Welcome next. Damn, I didn't know you produce everything yourself as well. This is so good. I mean, you play the bass like a motherfucker. That was amazing. That's some real expert bass work. Produced by me with a little bit of help from some of my friends. That's producing. That's the best way to produce. I love that. Yid. Oh, I am Yid. That's how you say it. I'm glad I know that now also, because I've been calling you Whitey this whole time. I know who it sounds like. Wasn't inspired by her. I don't listen to her. She didn't create the genre. She doesn't know. Oh, damn. Did I fucking just do the thing that you didn't want me to do? I'm so sorry. I will say that it's reminiscent of it, but what I will say is, one, your production work is fantastic. Two, you're an incredible instrumentalist because your bass work was really great. And three, you have a very unique and great voice. So although I hear the comparison, I wouldn't say that you just sound like her. You have a very unique style, which I personally really enjoy. And you kill it on the social content as well. So just keep doing what you're doing. I totally feel that. The unfunny EQing and technical stuff is totally what you get other people to do. This is Deja by Free Spotty. Let us know what you think in the chat. Took the world champ to overtime, barely won. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you fire. You're fire, Yid. Hey man, this reminds me of where I started music, honestly, immediately. Sevi Streams was cracking. I'm not mad at this at all. The one thing that I would say is maybe get a better camera, because that's going to improve your video quality. That being said, what you've done with what you're working with is great. It feels good. It reminds me of like vlog era shit that I really enjoyed watching and came up doing. So like, I like that. Oh, vibes. Casper says I'll fuck with this. I kind of like how shaky the camera is at times. If you really want to improve, I'd maybe get a stabilizer. That'll help a lot, especially if you guys are self-filming everything. I like the color grading of everything, though. Feels vintage. That was a bit of a strange transition from vocalist to vocalist. That's maybe the only thing I would say right there. I do love the drum selection. I love the production on this. It's like I can't associate with niggas who be riding the bench. Never pick a side, nigga try and straddle the fence. Don't you know ain't no such thing as being really good voices, delivery, and flow. Like for me, the things that stand out the most on this are literally the vocalists. It's great delivery. I'm gonna say yeah. Check the rhyme says visually I like the creativity / vision. I like what they did. It's just making the best of what you have available to you, and like I think they flipped this into a really solid video. I was gonna ask where you guys are from, but I see Atlanta in the tags. Kind of feels like Atlanta weirdly. It's that lyrical pocket in Atlanta. The Deontay's of the world, you know? I like this. I'm gonna have to make sure I save this. Shout out to every Deja Vu Records also. Yeah, this one's going in the playlist. I'm gonna save this. Subs are a bit loud with like the vocals to be more up front. There are things that could improve for sure. I don't think Andiva's wrong about that feedback. There are definitely things that can improve, but I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And I say this a lot. Sometimes it's not about how technically like perfect a mix is or a production is. if it feels good. And I think again, one, the visual sold me on it because it felt really good. But two, the way you guys delivered everything, the way you rapped, like all that felt good to me. And I would listen to it again just for that, purely. Free Spotty on Instagram. And this is why I always say this too, is like sometimes the things that do like bug my ear are the things that I hear that would maybe stop me from playlisting something. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to feel that way every time I hear it either. Sometimes it's just the wrong time, wrong place. Like maybe I've had a shit day and I'm just not trying to listen to something particularly. So look, I'll say for that one caught my ear. It was fun. It was a fun listen. Hi, this is Fall in Love by 99 Voices. A vibe switch. We're going to head into the electronic space a little bit more. You do hard style, right? If I'm not mistaken. Is that right? I feel like you told me that before. This is my newest release, so drop in a few weeks. Vibe switch. I like the way this starts out. Let's see where it goes. Let us know what you think in the chat. We've got about 13 minutes left. We've still got a bunch of subscribers. Don't worry, we're going to get all the subscribers before we get off. We might not get the free bumps today, but I'm back on Thursday from 6 to 8, and we'll do our best to get them then, even if we don't get them today, alright? That being said, join the Discord. Make sure you tap in with us on Instagram, because there are more things that you can submit for. Even if I don't hear you on stream, there are other ways that you can submit music to me and get me to listen, okay? Very cinematic build-up in this one. I like how this comment says we're about to enter a portal. It does kind of feel like it. But I do hardstyle. That's what I thought. If you guys don't know what hardstyle is, it's like, it is probably the hardest electronic music you'll hear. It's very synonymous with like rave culture, especially in Europe. I really like it. It's loud noise, says 99 Voices. I'm gonna need that Ziz kick, says Hindiba. You're about to get it, I think. It is loud. Yeah, gabber, exactly. Dougal gamma. All that kind of shit. Just know it's... In no way is this a sample called Ziz kick. I don't know if that's what that means, but... You might have to explain what Ziz kick is, Hindiba. Though I guess if you're listening to this, you're going to pretty quickly figure out what we're talking about. It's one of the hardest genres to produce. It's a fact, bro. Get ready. It's about to happen right now. Oh my god. The whole apartment building is awake now. How is this 6 minutes long? This is probably my favorite one you sent in so far. Let us know what you think in the chat. I'm sure for some of you, this is your first time ever listening to this type of music. Curious to know. It's meant for a live set? I guess. Let's look up this meme. Ring mod, sidechain, everything to the music. This is, I suppose. Is this what it is? Is this what I'm supposed to be looking up? Plays music is not my first time listening to 90 Voice. Yeah, for sure. Oh, there you go. Here you go. Oh, I'm dead, bro. This makes a lot of sense. Oh, I full screened it. Sorry. It's tiny. This is crazy, bro. We've not listened to another 6 minute long. Flip it to death, harder, better, faster. It's pretty funny. This Ziz Kick meme is hilarious. I'm dead, bro. It fits with this music so well. Why does it fit so well? High end def needs to be tamed on this, though. Yeah, and the screaming kind of sound, for sure. Because Ziz loved raving. Holy shit, guys. I'm not gonna lie, this was an experience. It was very loud. My brain is unsure how to process. Yeah, clip it more, says Zane Wolf. At 99 Voices official. Also Dutch. I don't know if Crisscross is still in here. But one of you, another Dutch person. Bro, I love Dutch producers. You guys really do make a little bit of everything. It ranges from this to like the craziest, like sample-based, like soul hip-hop shit. The Netherlands, man. You guys really just be doing shit. We just love music. It's a fact. You guys just love music. Shout out to Sebastian Kamei, who's another Dutch producer who I love, who is a little bit more in that sample-based hip-hop kind of space. He does a little lo-fi as well. Noisier, Dutch, bruh. The music in the Netherlands is sick, honestly. You know what's crazy about that? 6 minutes and 36 seconds. I would usually complain about that so much. That did not feel like 6 minutes and 36 seconds. Maybe it was because of the Ziz Kick meme, but it did not feel like 6.5 minutes, which is great. Here we go with the fucking slow buffering from Google Drive yet again. Ukulele is Dutch. Oh, fire. So many big artists. Yeah, there's a lot of big artists from the Netherlands. A lot of great producers, a lot of great artists. This is FAS, Master, and this one is from Shelby Ruga. Oh, is this Finest Shit? This is the final of Finest Shit. I like this one. Let us know what you think in the chat.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Girl, you fine as shit. It don't make no
Drops this week on Friday, guys.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Girl, you fine as shit. Got me going 90 on a freeway.
Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. And check her out turning up the slaps. Yeah, congrats to Shelby on the Tiny Desk thing for sure. Casper says damn, 1 2 says fire. If you like real R&B music, like real smooth, catchy R&B songs, man, you gotta go follow Shelby at Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. And if we're talking about content, Shelby's been going hard as fuck on the content side of things, and it's paid off. We started listening to Shelby probably like a year and a half ago. That follow count was at like 5,000 maybe. In the last like 6 to 8 months, it's up to 73,000, and that is off the strength of making consistent content and great music and pushing it properly. So look, this is the type of work we're talking about. Shelby is putting the work in. Look at that. Consistency. It does pay off. It takes time, but it does pay off. This song's out on Friday, so make sure you tap and make sure you go follow if you haven't.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Girl, you fine as shit.
And the fact that I've only heard this song twice, this is my third time hearing this song. This hook is in my head, is embedded in my brain. This is like her meets Bryson Tiller. If you listen to any of Shelby's music, I promise you, you're gonna end up singing the hooks. Blue Moons, 10 out of 10. Heartbreaker, 10 out of 10. Finest Shit, 10 out of 10. This one drops on Friday. Look, I know we're very close to the end. I got 5 more songs left. So it's gonna be tough to do these free bumps today because I do have to go after this. I gotta go give my dog some medicine. Zane Wolf says, you ever need to remix Holler at Your Boy? Make sure you tap in with Shelby Ruger, man. I'm telling you, one of my favorite artists that we found in this community. And it's just because the music is consistent. The songwriting's really great. What type of dog? I gotta whip it. But he's sick right now. He has an eye infection that he got when I was on vacation, so we've been dealing with that. JLN up next. This will be our last free bump of the night, and then we're gonna have to finish off with these last 5 subscribers. I think my wife, if you can hear me, sorry, I'm gonna have to go over because I got too many subscribers today, and that's a good thing. This is JLN. Poor dog. Yeah, man, it sucked. We were on vacation, and they called us, and they're like, oh, we gotta take him to an emergency vet. They were this close to being like, we gotta take his eye, bro. I was freaking out. Anyway, he's doing much better. But I do have to give him medicines. This is When the Angels Called by JLN. JLN is another artist who I found recently who is super impressive. This is unmixed. JLN J on Instagram. Out of Las Vegas, this dude is unbelievable. Another genre bender. I'm gonna coin that term. Just like an earth bender. Rest of the oranges, the fully paid ones, yes. So we'll be playing those before we get off. Like I said, that's a guarantee. Even if we have to go a little bit over, those ones will always guarantee to get played. We won't get to the free bumps today, but I'm back on Thursday from 6 to 8, and we'll make sure we get time for that on Thursday, okay? Bro, this is so good. Again. I could just see this doing well, bro. Like, I could see this doing well in the country space. I could see it doing well in the pop space. It's so many different styles. I don't even know what I would call it. I think it depends on how you position it more than anything. You could position this as country or folk, and I think it would work. At the same time, old R&B, you could do the same thing, and I think it would work there. But honestly, with the song topic, you could maybe go CCM Christian if you wanted to. Gospel if you wanted to. But it's really about where you're trying to make it fit, you know? R&B might be a little bit tough for the purists. Because there are definitely some R&B purists that get a little weird about like what they consider R&B. I don't agree necessarily. I would easily put this in all R&B, but like I could see this weirdly in country. And I do think that the country crowd would probably love it. 1, because of the storytelling aspect and the songwriting. 2, because of the production style, the acoustic guitar. If you put strings in it, like, you know, if you put a fiddle or something in there, or slide guitar, it's easily country. I love his voice too. It's amazing. Check the Arm says, I'm one of those weirdo purists. I get it. I have to pitch to purists, like R&B purists all the time. And it's like, I do understand. But like, bruh, like, how are you going to deny someone with those elements in their voice that like do just scream classic R&B and contemporary R&B to be like, nah, that's not R&B. I mean, similarly, how are you going to tell somebody who has country elements in the production that it's not country? I just think genres at this point are so like kind of pointless because there's so much influence that comes from so many different places that it's like hard for me to be like, oh, this is just this genre, boom. Sung the fuck out of that song, sung like shit like the Bills was due. Bro, JLN is so good, like a vocalist. It's just incredible. This is Alfro with another one, Sunlight Trough. Sunlight Rough. Not Trough. Alfro, bro. I swear I'll release music one day, even if you didn't, the shit is fire. Underscore Alfro, underscore. Make sure you tap in, bro. Another self-produced one. And stick around. Once we get done with these songs, I'm going to take you guys to another stream where we can send your music in. So don't leave just because you're not getting played. That's lame as fuck. I love the production on this one, Alfaro. He said, save your questions. Best I do is guesses, no confession. Certain sentences. And I like this pocket for you vocally as well. I know we've talked a lot about your production. But vocally, I do like this style from you. I like the melodic aspect to it. I like there's like a melodic element in there with your vocal too. If it had more chant vocals, I'd like it. Maybe put a chant on the hook. I do think that's a good shout. Vocally as a whore, it's a stick bag.
I'm just counting in my bed all the ways I crashed out, cast a shadow with the curses that I spread.
To me, this delivery style is probably my favorite delivery style I've heard from you on the rapping side of things. Do you sign new artists to record labels? I sign new artists to the distro company I work for. And then I support in playlists and all other like content and whatever else I can. One day I will, but at the moment I'm just working for a distro company and working more on the distribution side. And I really love that. It's fun. It's like a little bit, I don't have to own anything. You know what I mean? I can just work with shit that I'm passionate about and artists I'm passionate about. And I love that about it. _Alfro_. And then I do more than just sign artists too. I actually pitch to DSPs and curators and kind of work on the social and digital and content side of things as much as possible too. So I do a little bit of everything. And that's just like what I enjoy about my job at the moment. But I do sign artists to distribution deals. So we work on projects, singles, etc. But I like to get to know the artists that I'm working with before I start working with them. Like I'm definitely not like a let's just jump into shit without like me hearing a bunch of music and getting to know like what you kind of work you put on your own and like what you guys do on your own. So just, you know, notes for you. Like if you are thinking about that, like this is a good way to send me music because I get to see what you guys are working on, how you think about creating, what you do without me, which is a big part of it. And then if it makes sense for what I can do or what I can bring to the table. Savvy Growing Pains. I love this video already. Off the strength of the visuals, it's going to get a thumbs up for me on YouTube. Shout out to Matt Furland, who directed this one. Oh, I fucking love this. Who's currently on the roster? We've got... so I work for Genius. I don't know if you know what Genius is. I've been there for like 8 years, but we have a distribution company that we distribute music through. Who's currently on the roster? We've got Win. We've got Angelo Moto, who's dropping his new EP this week. We've got CCBKE, who I found here from Chicago. We've got Antone Now, who's a kid from Florida who's 16 that I found on this stream as well. Ashoka, we got new music from him coming this year. And then we're working on a couple new signings as well. There's a couple conversations that I'm having that I'm excited about. But I'm always on the lookout. This has got a little Frank Ocean in it, man. A little Channel Orange. Yeah, Antone I'm excited about, bro. It's a really cool story that we get to tell there about this 16-year-old who's just been doing this shit on his own, you know what I mean? And the music is really strong. For me, it's always music first, but I gotta look at the other aspects of it too. Like, we're gonna look at socials, make sure the artist is doing the things they need to do. You know, is there a team there working on it? Who's pushing it? Like, what's this? It's a lot about the story we're trying to tell, and that's what I've learned about distribution. Like, we have to be able to tell the story properly. Sometimes it's not just about the music, but music is first. This is getting saved immediately, sorry. I would say maybe the only thing that would turn me off from this song is probably the album artwork. But the song itself is beautiful. I guess you could call this growing pains. Does Genius distribute pop? Yeah, we do a little bit of everything. I want a really diverse roster because I just think it makes sense. I've kind of helped build Genius to what it's at now, just even on the content side, because I did a lot of the content strategy for the YouTube channel. And I've been there for like eight years, right? So I've like kind of worked on everything. And a lot of what I worked on was making sure that we were doing stuff in all genres in general when we were doing content as well. So for me, it is important that we keep that diversity and make sure we're touching things in different spaces. We've done pop music already. Bray was one of the artists that I found here, who's an old pop artist from LA. So we've done pop releases. We've seen success with it. We've done R&B. We've done Afro pop. We've done hip hop. We haven't touched electronic yet, but it's something I'm thinking about. So for me, it's important that we touch like all different genres. Sevi, you are fucking sick, dude. Not Sevi on Instagram. I'm definitely going to stay tapped in. I really like that a lot. Can you tell me any artist signed to Genius who made it big? My Name Isn't J-Mac is probably the most successful right now. Also signed Overcast and was working with him last year. He ended up producing on Drake's album towards the end of the year. We work on a project and single basis. So like, sometimes it's not somebody who's with us forever, but that's kind of the point of distribution, right? So it's like about us building and helping artists get from point A to point B. So with my name isn't J-Mac, like I signed him on his first album, under 5,000 monthly listeners. He's now sitting at 2.5 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He's in Tommy Richmond's $1 Million Baby video, like does a cameo. He just dropped an album that did extremely well. So I'm really proud of seeing his growth, but I found him here in this stream before anybody else knew who he was. So for me, it's about helping artists get from that point to the next place in their career, the next part of their career where they can really level up and do even bigger things. Obviously, like I want to work with artists forever, right? But like at the same time, like if I've helped them get from one place to another place and it's positively impacted their career or their life, like I'm very happy with the work I've done. Same thing for Overcast. We did the project last year and we now have his highest streamed song of all time with To Be Honest, his highest streamed album of all time with the Reset EP. And he's on to bigger and better things, which I love. So like I can't be mad about any of these things, man. And Deba, where did you go up next? This is a work in progress. I fuck with this producer, man. He makes some crazy shit. I say this every time we listen to him. But yeah, go look him up. Honestly, we work at Angelo Moto right now, and he's also like pretty big. So I'm limited because I don't get advances or money to spend like that. So everything has been off the strength of relationships and the strength of the work that I put into. So if you want to see some of the clients we work with at the moment, though, here this needs to get updated. But these are some of the clients we've worked with in the past. We lean hip hop and R&B because that's our sweet spot, but. It depends. If you spend that money well, you could do a really good job. Woo! And Deba. Let us know if you have any feedback on this. Brother, I think the arrangement on this is great. It's very Fred again. This is probably the most Fred again thing that I've heard you make. I would maybe use him as a reference point and just see if there's any of those little details that he puts in his production that could maybe fit in something like this. I don't really have anything specifically myself to say, because I love the way it builds. I love the vocal sample on it. This again is something that I would absolutely put in like a mix or something if I was doing a set. Check the rhyme. You have a good rest of your week, bro. I'm going to be sending you this Angelo Moto EP tomorrow, so I hope you have time to check it out. I'm very excited about it. Focus track has got Mez on it. It's 1,200 enough for one song. I have to be honest, it's not going to do all that much, only because marketing is so expensive. A bit more variation to the drops. That's about it, bro. I would run this shit back 100 times. This is one of those songs where, like, I know I would play this for other people and they'd be hype about it too. 1,200 is not going to do a ton, if I'm being honest. It really all depends on where you spend it. You can get a lot out of it, but it's about spending it properly and spending it in the right places, depending on what it is you're actually trying to get out of that spend. There's a lot of people that will take your money and not get that much out of it. Like 1,200 doesn't even pay for a PR campaign for a month. Which is kind of shitty, but like if you want a good PR company, it's like $3,500 for a PR company for a good one, and that's for a month, and they usually want a couple of months on retainer before you can really get any results. So if press is what you're looking for, no. Independent curators and TikTok kids, like they charge anywhere from like 500, sometimes less, up to like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a video. So it really depends on where you're putting it. You can probably get a good amount out of ad spends with 1,200, but it doesn't necessarily translate to interaction or engagement. It's kind of hard to say. Which songwriter would you recommend who'll do it? I would write it yourself. But you gotta find somebody who's down to collaborate and do splits on the back end, because 400 is not really gonna get any songwriter notable, at least. This is Paint the Sky. Also by Shelby Ruger. Oh, Shelby, this is cinematic. I can see this in a movie soundtrack or trailer. Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. I have to see this live. I do write songs. Not as much anymore, but I have. I used to be an artist. Alfaro said, I'll write you a song for 400. There you go. There are people who will do it. It's just finding them. Beautiful run. Where can I hit? You hear my work? You already heard Alfaro's music in the chat. They're I'll do it for 350. Stickback says, oh my god, bro, I feel this way about Shelby Ruger all the time. Same. You can't hear my work anywhere because I took it all down because I didn't want to do that anymore. You can only hear it on stream if I feel like playing it. Yeah, the production on this is insane. This live is gonna go so crazy. I'll fuck with this heavy. Again, at Real Shelby Ruger on Instagram. This is a special artist right here. I'll just say this out loud. Shelby, if you ever get tired of your current distribution situation, let me know. Focus on production going stupid. Took me a second to understand what you were saying there. But yes, stupid.
People are taking advantage because I can't say no. I want to talk to the highs to see what they know. They know, no. I want to see what it's like up there.
I love the switch up on this. Really tastefully done. It didn't feel out of place, but it's a real change from the first half of the song to the second half of the song. It's just about the tasteful aspect of it. Like, it's really tastefully done. I could see this syncing too. I mean, goddamn. Goddamn. I mean, this is just so hard. Stickback says, freaking wow. I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, things like this, you know what I mean? Like, take advantage of the free opportunities where you can. There are things you can pay for. There are other people you can pay for. But I mean, social media is a huge one. I mean, the best thing you can do is just make a bunch of content for your music. Promote your music and push it, and people will find you. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily the best advice, but if you're limited on budget, make sure you're pushing your own shit. Like, no one can do more work than you.
Any memorabilia that y'all would like. Good night.
I mean, bruh. Wham's will say, yeah, this is nuts. Look, I've been saying this. I found Shelby like randomly as fuck on TikTok like 3 or 4 years ago. She literally just duetted like a beat that I put on TikTok that was like, yo, duet my shit, like, just so I can like check you out. And like, that was a free opportunity. She just took advantage of it. You know what I mean? It's like, not like we made a song together, but I've remembered Shelby ever since that moment. Like, literally since I heard her, I was like, wait, there's something here. And then she started coming in here like randomly, like years later, sending music in, and the growth in the amount of time that we've been listening, like literally in the last like year or so, the amount of growth I've heard musically is unbelievable. So she's just putting that work in. Like, there's nothing that will get people to come to you more mellow than like doing the work and putting work in, making content, and just putting yourself out there. All right, this is the last one for tonight. Come Outside by Elijah. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know we went a little over tonight. I know we didn't get to the free bumps, but there's a lot of new subscribers. We're back on Thursday. And I'm going to take you guys on a raid after this, so make sure you stick around. If you... This is the schedule in the chat right now. Join the Discord. Follow the Kayvan's House page. Check out the playlists. Community playlist submissions are open. So get in the Discord if you're not in there. I already fuck with Elijah, bro. We listen to a lot of Elijah's music on here. ELXJH. This is my favorite thing I've heard from you so far, though. Easily. Woo! Alright, you guys did not fuck around today, not one bit. We listened to what, like 35 songs? Everything was hard. Wham's World, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I'm excited to hear more of your work this Friday. Elijah and Arrow Astaire on this one. Can you drop Arrow's socials in the chat? I'll pull them up real quick. This right here, bro. Yes and no, Melu. If you send them to me, you immediately lose leverage. If they come to you, you have the leverage. Leverage is what you want. Gets you a better deal. Holy shit. Oh. This is such a tough song. Fantasize.reality on Instagram. Jesus. Hey. You two literally blew it out of the water with this one. Fantasize.reality for Arrow Astaire. ELXJH for Elijah. Wow. Oh my god. We are gonna go raid Big Duck, my favorite music streamer, on Twitch after this. So come on this raid with us. Yo, I need to hear it. Social media. You get a viral moment, they'll give you a deal. This might not be a good one. Also, you need to think about whether or not you want a major label deal. There are a lot of sacrifices that come with it, so understanding what exactly you want out of this is very important. That was Come Outside by Elijah and Arrow Astaire. And honestly, you guys have got one with that. I enjoyed that a lot. A lot. That was a lot. I enjoyed that thoroughly. All right, guys. I mean, I guess I can give you like a control. I mean, you lose creative control a little bit when you have a label deal, if I'm being honest, because they approve what you can put out and what you can't put out. You lose the freedom of deciding where you spend your budget, because they'll have a little bit of control over that too. All right, I'm gonna play you this one while we go out here. This drops on Friday. Angela Mode is one of our clients at Genius Distro, who I love, amazing producer and artist. I don't know if I'm supposed to play this, but I'm going to. This is End Times. This is a focus track. It comes out on Friday, featuring Leroy, formerly known as Wells, and Mez. Yes, that Mez. Publishing companies are a completely different thing than the major labels also. We are going to go hit this raid, so come on this raid with us. Back on Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you submit for the community playlist in the Discord. It's back open, and make sure you go follow us on Kayvan's House if you want to take part in more of our free opportunities. See you guys soon. Have a good night. Peace.
I ain't seen my mama in a year.
Fuck.
Pops had a heart attack, he probably
Missed us.
I got my prescription and the cost are mixed up. I lost everything, everybody switched up. I got everything in my pockets, bitch. They'll try anything to stop it, bitch. Acting like robbers playing coppers, bitch. Y'all be playing chess, I'm playing soccer, kick up. Sorry, I'm just used to seeing violence, it's tough. Money make a motherfucker drop a yes, sir. I'ma talk shit soon as all the checks clear. I be rich, I just gotta pay the rent first. Making sure the Yoda fixed up. No, I'm about to
Please do. It's definitely going to be on the playlist easally. All right, come on this raid with us. I'll see you guys later on this week.
Why would you be worried
Peace.
about how I spend mines?
Through the end times. I don't know what to say about it.
They keep saying pray about it.
I don't know you hear about it. I don't think you know.
Piss all on my bedside. I don't ever play about it. You don't even care about it.
Why can't we fucking stay friends? You know, just in case the world ends, they'll find a way to spend the light.